Easy. I've often wondered, what is the practical side for us to actually do that, right? Because I remember we have a police friend, right? Nate Stauber at Kindred, who says, do not give money to the people on the side of the road. Listen, we have so many organizations here in Southern California, like the Long Beach Rescue Mission and other things like that, that will give direction for jobs and for food and for shelter. And you're preventing that from happening.
Right.
Well, so we would have bags, like homeless bags, if you would, and they discard the homeless bags that are filled with like a beanie, socks, a Bible, and wipes and stuff. How do we reach out to the orphans and the widows?
The way I look at it is like this. I think the In-N-Out cards, the Subway cards, which, you know, all of us have carried with us at different times throughout the years, I think it's the best gesture under the circumstances in terms of people taking advantage of things in connection with trying to reach them with the gospel. You know, and my thought is if there are some of these who aren't looking at it in the right way, or who just have a skewed mindset and they see Christians as uncaring and unloving, this can at least be a gesture of our love and care, but connected with the gospel. You know, so everyone has to eat, right? And we take people out to eat that are our friends and have money and can afford it. I just look at it that way. I'm treating you to a meal, and I'm giving you a gospel tract with it, or I'm sharing the gospel with you, you know? And we have that video of me in Huntington where I was witnessing to that homeless guy.
That's right.
And then I blessed him financially. I mean, and this guy was in tears, you know? You do have those out there that are genuine. And so I just think, you know, we try to find a segue with the gospel. But with widows and orphans, you know, that's a different matter in that, you know, we know that there are kids that are not orphans today in the sense of being in an orphanage, but they're in foster care, you know? And we're going to be talking about adoption in another episode, but we can get into their lives. You know, my cousin has this thing. She works for a hospital. She's a nurse, but they have this program where they take kids that are in foster care and they take them to Disneyland for a day. And they have chaperones that go with them and love on them. And Julia's gone, I think, the last 3 years. My cousin asked Julia if she would go with them. And she comes back, and every time we're just a puddle of tears as she tells us about these kids and just how they cling to her like this little boy.
Wow.
She was going to leave.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
But Julia, you know, it came the end of the day. I mean, this boy was like clinging to her all day, and he just like burst into tears. He didn't want to leave her, you know. And she went and recently visited him, you know, at the foster home and loved on him. And you just think of what that does to a child. You know, we're always looking at things from our perspective. But imagine being a child, you're torn away from your parents, there's abuse, whatever. You're in all these different foster homes. And then someone loves on you, and they go to the extra mile, and they go and see you and visit you again.
This video is part of the Living Waters podcast. To watch full episodes and explore more content that equips you in your faith, visit livingwaters.tv. You can listen to the full episode titled on the screen for free on all major podcast platforms.